What's going on, y'all? What's up? What's up? It's your host with the most who ever told, Leader Johnson. I'm back. Nova is crazy right now. It's a lot going on in Villanova, man. First off, Villanova men and women won. Everybody should be happy. Happy about it. Um, got some transfers. Got some people that declared for the NFL 2025 draft. We got a lot of news. Got a new offer for the 2027 class. This cat is nice. Neptune doing this thing as far as recruiting. He's just doing this thing. If I had to really talk about today, it's been a busy day. We also gonna talk about some national signing day guys that signed. This is the early signing day. The new period is February the 5th through April the 1st. That's the second national signing day. That's the final one right there, and that's coming up. So for everybody, it's like, oh man, guys ain't signed, and looking at your recruiting, and you like, oh, this is kind of up. It's not up, and no, it's not like that. It's just that this is the first day, and the second day you'll get some new recruits. There's also guys entering the transfer portal, declaring for the draft. It's a lot of stuff. Some of them is not really ironed out. So everything will be cool. Everything will be cool. Just be cool, and you'll see how rosters shape up and everything. Okay, first off, Villanova men. All right. The Villanova men played today. Fairleigh Dickinson. Um, this is a this was a fairly like good, easy game. I was thinking to myself, 4-18, 0-7 away, playing at home against Nova, and this was the time for Nova to kind of like. But this is the time to step on the gas. I mean, after beating Cincinnati, blowing out Temple, it's time to step on the gas. This was a team that shouldn't even be in your way, and it wasn't. Um, Looking at this game, 7 down to 6-1 at home. 6-1 at home. Nova is 6-1 at home. For everybody talking about Neptune, when y'all come see Nova, they're not losing. He's satisfying y'all. Looking at 6-1 at home and 1-3 away. They're going to get better. This team after the Merlin game, they just looked a little different. They looked better. They looked more in tune with each other, knowing what they want to do. Real talented team. Now, let's talk about the Fairleigh Dickinson game. 86 to 40 to 86 to 72, 14-point lead win for the Wildcats. Look at this team. And knock boxing was 3 for 3 and 2 for 2. 3 for 3 from the field. Hit both his free throw shots. It's good to have a big man that can hit free throw shots, man. He had 8 points. He had 10 rebounds. He plays good defense, so he affects on both sides of the floor. I mean, y'all people got to start watching out for how Neptune really recruits guys. Real good player. Boxy was a real good get. We needed somebody in the middle that could be, rough house with people. You look at these games and you talk about Derek Queen. Derek Queen had to mix with Dixon and Boxy. You got a guy that's active in the middle. Eric Dixon, once again, 9 for 13 from the field. 8 for 10 from the 3-point line, 1 for 4 from 3-pointer, 27 points. This time he had no rebounds. I'm not used to that. See, this is the greatness of being playing away from the center position. You ain't got to focus on the rebounds like that. I mean, for you to have 0 rebounds, no offense, no defense. He had 3 assists, played like a small forward. I mean, Dixon is playing like he did in Abington. Like he's really, man, he's playing like a lottery pick now. And you're looking at a 7-4 team. This is not a guy that's doing this and they're not winning. His impact is what just does big for Nova. So, I mean, we're going to talk about the other games coming up. Let's talk about other guys. Wooga Poplar has been big time, 19 points, 4 assists, 2 rebounds, 3 for 6 from the 3-point line, 7 for 13 from the field. He's starting to turn up. He's starting to get comfortable, starting to get in his own zone. Brickus. Jamar Brickus. I mean, man, what a great get for them. And 10 points, 10 assists. He's been one of the guys. He can pass. He's really a good passer. I mean, he makes people run them good. 4 rebounds, 2 for 5 from 3. shooting 4 for 8 from the field, shooting a high percentage on both spots. He's a very dependable player to handle the rock. Jordan Longino only had 6, but see, like I said, when Jordan Longino gets consistent and gets hitting those shots, that's going to be different. That's going to be a little bit different because, I mean, he's a hell of a scorer. So when he gets comfortable and gets really, but if you look at the team now, he don't really need to. This is why he's sitting back, because he had 5 rebounds, just 6 points. 4 from 3, but you're missing that because you're seeing how good Brickis is. And you're seeing what Wooga, Poplar, and Dixon doing. They're the 1, 2, 3. Off the bench, Jai Mosley, once again, good freshman. He was 5 for 5 from the free throw line and 2 for 2 from the field. Didn't miss a shot. 9 points, 3 rebounds, 1 steal. Good game. Perkins had 3 points. He's been lighting it up. He's 1 for 6. He had to cool off a little bit. I had to have one of them type of games. 2 points coming from Parker. Like I said, 16 points from the bench. 2 points from Njoku. You can see how the rotation is. I just think Neptune's real comfortable with everybody and what they can do. And you can see it rather than from early in the season. Like these guys, you see who was contributing the most and consistently. And, who's handling the ball and the type of plays. You see, Mosley, he's very comfortable with Mosley in there. He's very comfortable with Chris Parker. He's very comfortable with Tyler Perkins. And everybody else revolves around that on the bench. It's Mosley, Perkins, and Parker. They're the comfort zone guys. And then he's starting to, like the last game, toward the end of the game, we let Sash get something in. And, 6 points, hit 2 3-pointers. But he's not going to rush him like that. He's going to get him right there in the mode. And I think Njoku will be the center next year. It's a very, very big possibility because they have the experience with him. So this could be big. You thinking about it. I mean, he's learning. He's sitting back. You see Boxy, see how he's playing. You see what Neptune needs. We'll see how this goes. But I think Njoku is really a lot of confidence. Howard spoke big on Messi. Howard did. So we'll see how that goes. But I see him one of those guys. If you're looking at the starting 5 next year, look at Galievagov and Sash at point guard, and then Tyler Perkins, and then you got Chris Parker at the small forward position with Hodge and Njoku. I just think that could happen. Then you're looking at Mosley. That's going to be the hard part. Like with Mosley playing like he's playing, will he come off the bench? Will he start 5-4? Will he be? That's going to be the Mosley, Hodge, and Parker battle is going to be big. And it's Longino coming back. It's here. It's a lot to find out about this team going into next year. To see where they're at. But right now they're fighting tough. And if you talk about that, let's get more onto their schedule. Let's get more than that. Real big to see. Let's go back. Temple in the Temple game, they blew them out. They didn't even. Temple was their talented team. To blow them out, they're showing you a lot right there. Then you're looking at Penn. I mean, they beat Penn. We talking about the Big Five. They lost to Penn last year. A lot of things happened they didn't happen last year. After the Virginia game, here comes the Penn game. They blow them out. Then Maryland is a close game. But that Maryland game, you watched that game, that was a game where you saw this Villanova was really playing at a confident level and could have beat that team. We're talking about a team that could be 8-3 right now. No question. 8-3. Could have definitely happened. Now we got Seton Hall coming. Seton Hall's a team coming in 5-5. They're supposed to beat this team. Same types like a Temple team, the same talented team, Big East, more talented team than Temple, as good as Temple is, but same record, around the same record. And this is going to be something that's a big test. It's Big East. These guys are tough. You got to knock them out. You got to prove who you are. And then here comes Creighton. Creighton's the other team. Creighton is 7-3 right now. That's the big game. I'm expecting them to beat Seton Hall, and walk in there 8-4. I'm expecting that. If they don't, then it's like, oh well, okay. Even if they beat Creighton, they're not there yet, but they're still a good team. But if they beat Seton Hall and then walk in there and be 9-4 at the beating Creighton, we talking about a heck of a team. People got to start putting respect on Neptune and putting respect on their name. We talking about them beating Cincinnati, them blowing out Temple, Penn. You might not think that's big. They're talking about Big Five basketball. These guys are going to play tough. They handled them. Everybody's not going to blow out people. They handled them after having a loss to Columbia, which is a good team. Everybody talk about Columbia. Columbia is a good team. Virginia is a good team. Maryland's a good team. And I'm not talking about them losing to, that's crazy to even say that. St. Joe's good. We talking about tough teams. And that's what's really sharpened them up. Sharpen their fangs. They're going in these teams now. If they lose to these teams, learning how to win by losing to good teams. So Creighton and Butler. This is the big thing. Creighton and then Butler. Butler is 7-3 also. These are the two teams. In order for Villanova to put their name atop for the fight for the Big East, they have to beat. This is real tough. Seton Hall, Creighton, Butler. These are the games. They have to knock these teams off. I expect them to blow out Seton Hall. I expect them, but I expect them to beat them. But if they blow out Seton Hall and go in there and just beat Creighton and Butler, this is something big. If they beat all three of them, then they ain't got to blow them out. But if they beat Seton Hall, if they blow out Seton Hall, that's putting their foot in people's mouth like who we are. And then you're going against 2 7-3 teams in Creighton and Butler, and you're talking about, okay, and you just beat them. Now you're like, okay, Villanova. So either way, if they win these three, just win these three and come out with 10-4, that's big for Villanova. Villanova's top 25, it's no question. And Eric Dixon, even after the 9-4, Eric Dixon should be mentioned for the Player of the Year candidate. But if they beat Creighton and Butler, after then they got DePaul, who's another 7-2. That's going to be a big run. After Seton Hall, you got Creighton, Butler, DePaul. Then you got UConn, St. John's. This is the tough stretch for Nova because this is the Big East. Xavier 8-2. This is the tough stretch for Nova. Providence 7-4. Everybody is good in the Big East. Everybody is good in the Big East. Seton Hall is the lowest at 5-5. Everybody is good in the Big East. This is the dog fight of dog fights. In order for Villanova to prove themselves, they got to go through these games. It's just what it is. And I think the biggest one would be the Creighton, all the way to Creighton and Butler. We come out 10-4, then you're going against DePaul, and then here we go. What can we do? Creighton and Butler got to knock them off. This is a dog fight of dog fights. If Villanova's beating Cincinnati proved a lot. Blowing out Temple proved a lot. Blowing out the team you're supposed to blow out by double digits. Neptune's a totally different coach from what he was last year. Totally different. Looking at the new offer, okay, let's go to the new offer from Villanova. Big time player. You want to talk about this team? This guy, Musa Kamis, if I'm saying that right, Musa Kamasoko, 6'6", small forward, Creighton transition. Good on the other end of the floor defense. Can play. Kind of reminds me of Scotty Barnes in transition. Very long. Has the potential to be an elite, even more elite defender by the time we get to him. He's only in the 2027 class. Villanova has been offering a lot. We'll talk more about the 2027 class in the next Villanova Radio. I got another broadcast with Broad Street Blitz take with Cool Cat Connors. Man, y'all hear me talk about the Eagles at 11:35, but right now, that's the guy to look at. That's going to 2027 Long Island Lutheran. Got Cayenne Anthony on their team, Cade Mingo, Dillon Mingo, Jaden Celestin. A lot of big-time players on that. Jaden Pierre. A lot of good players on Long Island Lutheran. So watch out for Musa Mosa Kamasoko. I mean, definitely going to be on him, seeing more about this guy. This whole team has always been talented, and then to see him get the offer, you've seen him play, but he's in the 2027 class, so you was looking at Cayenne, he was looking at Caden, and you would see the stuff he would do, though. Now you're looking at Villanova was looking at him. Now you're looking at him more like, okay, let me go back and start looking at more. I mean, Villanova's a great recruiting team, and you've always seen him as a guy that's impacts. 2027 class is only going to get better, 4-star player. Villanova women, they go to 6-5. All right, the Villanova women beat Delaware Blue Hens to get to 6-5. Villanova, Danae Carter has been doing really good, man. Doing really good. Great transfer. Danae Carter is averaging 9.4 points, 6.4 rebounds. And she's been that front court is crazy. Laura Admison, another player that's been really picking it up as the season goes on, had 14 points. Jasmine Bosco had 12 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists. 4 rebounds, 2 assists. Laura Edmondson, 5 assists, 6 rebounds, 14 points. It's crazy. Also looking at Maddie Weber having 17 points, 4 assists, 4 rebounds. She's just going to get better and better. Brona Power Cassidy has 16. When she impacts, the whole team is better. You're already going to see Danae Carter. If she ain't got to score double figures, she can do rebounds. She can do the dirty work. She can, play defense. But we need Power Cassidy to be more of a scorer. She can't be consistent. That's when things look different. That when she's not impacting in double figures, things look a little different. Brona Power Cassidy's averaging 6.7 points. We need double figures average from Brona Power Cassidy. No question. She has that type of talent, and they need it from her. Caitlin Orhill had 10 points in this game off the bench. Caitlin Orhill, always a great vet. We got girls like Ryan Allen and Maddie Burke and Jalea Green. Everybody has impacted one way or another. Those 4 players we're talking about have impacted. The chemistry is coming there. Still some kinks that need to be worked out. You can see it. But this team, and you're talking about a rough stretch. Just this rough stretch for the Big East. Big East Lady Wildcats. Now, this Big East is competitive, but it ain't as competitive as the men's, where everybody down the line, only a 5-5 is what you're going to get. Everybody got 7 wins. It's not, but coming now, looking at this team, James Madison, after that game, you got St. John's. Listen to me. St. John's, who is 9-1. You got Seton Hall. Seton Hall plays. They're 7-2. Then they got to play UConn, of course. The Goliath, 8-0. Then you got to play. Then you get the little slow down a little bit. Just a little bit. Just a little bit with Xavier. They're 4-5. That's when it slows down. But right now, the UConn, the St. John's, Seton Hall, and UConn. Then on Georgetown is 6-4. Marquette is 6-2. You're talking about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down the line. Down the line. DePaul is the only time you're going to get the break at 3-7. Then you go back to St. John's. We're really going to see what type of team this is. We don't expect all those games to be won, but through this 3-game stretch is going to be crazy. And now we're going to see what this team is about. This is the stretch. After James Madison, St. John's, Seton Hall, UConn, we'll see what this team is about. we will see those games. We'll see how hard they play these teams. We'll see the results of these teams because they have a Jasmine Bosco at the point guard position. You have a Danae Carter who's only going to get better. She's only going to get better. And then you got a Maddie Weber. Power Cassidy need her to impact right now. Is she ready to impact? Is she ready to start? She has the talent. Laura Edmondson has been picking up. Now it's time for everybody with a point guard like Bosco. It's time for everybody to, gravitate and really get better because she's only going to make everybody around her better. Any strength you got, she's going to make better because she's an elite passer. She can run the transition. She can shoot from the three. Everybody got to get better. Everybody got to get ready to play. Everybody got to get ready to play. You got a point guard. You have a point guard, an elite point guard. I mean, she's impacting on her first year. You know how hard that is? So now you have Maddie Weber right next to Bosco. You got an inside force in Carter, who I think this team just needs to get better in the post. Really needs to get better in the post. They got to pick Curry, but Carter needs to get fed more. They got to fit our ways with Edmondson to score in the post more. They got shooters. This team can get better. They just got to play more and more. They have to play. If you look at Villanova men's, they got guys that played at different big colleges and really played. A lot of these girls didn't even get time to play until they got to Villanova. Edmondson and, Power Cassidy did. But Edmondson, Ryan Allen, the girl, everybody that they got, Carter, she played it now. Now she played where she was at. But they didn't let her play like Nova is. So now this is her first year, playing with Nova. So now everybody's getting used to each other. Bosco first year, even though she's playing good, but being used to, you're a point guard. You got more in your bag that you have to do than just score. You got to make sure the play is right. You got to get people involved. You got to get other players scoring. You know what I mean? When people start coming, you got to know who to pass to. Transition, you got to know who to go to. Who's hot spots, who's weak spots on the floor. Cutting to the basket. Like, Bosco has to do a lot. As talented as she is, all these girls have to get used to each other. And this is going to be a big one. After James Madison, who James Madison is 7-3. This is another good team that Villanova has to beat. We're talking about in the Big East, so don't think that James Madison just they're 7-3. So this is a big, tough stretch for Villanova all the way into UConn. So we're going to see what this team is ready for. Villanova football, man, good season. 10-4, lost ink in that word, but the off season is always real busy. And Villanova had a big loss. David Abbott, the leading rusher, 932 yards, 9 touchdowns, 180-yard game, 160-yard game, 160-yard game. Transferred into the portal, entering the portal. Man, if that ain't a big loss, it's like when, women's Villanova lost Lucy Olsen. I mean, he was the big impact player for this team, and coming as a freshman. Abbott kind of like what Bosco doing for Denise Dillon. So shout out to him. Talk to him. I'm not gonna tell y'all what we talked about. Just me, and then now you're in the portal, and like I'm wishing them the best of luck and everything. It's more than just covering people and analysts. These guys are people, and I'm not gonna come out there. And now I'm some stuff, but I didn't. This is nothing I would want to just come out and report for what. But he did get offered by South Florida. Jalen Sanchez also star receiver for Villanova. Man, another hit. Pow! Shots fired. He's been offered by Kent State, and other people are offering him. He's got a couple of offers coming out. Ian Erickson, another offensive lineman, talented offensive lineman, a dog. He's transferring. Irene Nigambonza, wide receiver. Another wide receiver who's with a talented class. He's retiring. I mean, he's transferring. We'll have more updates to talk about him. I just got another broadcast. So, but next Villanova Radio, we'll talk more and more about guys. Daniel Lopez, another wide receiver, talented wide receiver. He's like the third guy. He's one of the third target guys there. You know, with some other guys, but he was one of the guys that's important there. You could have saw him probably moving up the charts, but Lopez is out of here. Declaring for the draft, Connor Watkins, the guy, star quarterback Connor Watkins declares for the NFL draft. Tough guy, man. You know, some left it all on the field all the time, man. Very athletic guy. He's definitely going to be a player that NFL teams are going to look at. Tyrell Mims, captain, defensive back. Remember he was recruited. Congratulations to him. You'll be seeing NFL draft diamond interviews come out of these guys. Ice Waxter's declaring for the draft. Ice Waxter. That's like the top NFL draft high. All year, he's 6'2", can run a 4.4, 4.3 track star. So he's going to be a guy, definitely. If you look at Christian Brentford. I mean, he could be a guy go straight to the combine and shoot up because of his athletic ability. He can vertical, can run with the. He's the type of guy, watch out for him. Ty Trent, another guy declared for the NFL draft. Talk to him. I have all these guys. I'm trying to get all of them NFL draft diamond interviews to talk about more about them, get to them. Who else? Who else? Am I missing somebody who transferred? Trying to make sure. But this, if I miss somebody, I'll come back and say it. It's a lot of guys that transfer, a lot of movement going on, man. A lot of movement. I'm talking about, goodness gracious, a lot of movement. Guys got to find their niche, man. Guys got to get, you know, now if you look at Villanova football, you're looking at Isaiah Ragland. You're looking at he'll be taking over. Eli Smith, another guy, Texas recruit, big time talent. Isaiah Wright has been productive in that room. Jabril Mace is going to really pick up some stuff. I mean, David Everett was catching the ball, and Mace is the best catcher out the whole room. So you're going to see it's nothing going to drop off as far as productive. These guys are going to listen. Very listen. It's unbelievable. And I'm looking at one guy right now, and I'm going to put it up here. Listen. It's crazy. Very disappointing losses. What very disappointing losses? Columbia is a good team. The Cats are not where y'all think they are. This is not Jay Wright. This team has to start over, so it's going to be good teams that beat them that wouldn't have beat them if Jay Wright was there. Y'all tripping. Y'all crazy. Y'all are crazy. Y'all, this is not Jay Wright. This is what's misunderstood. This is not the Jay Wright era. Everything's a start over. They got to learn how to play together. A new system has to be implemented. New players have to, like everything. Y'all are delusional. That's delusional. That's crazy, man. Like it's very disappointing. They lost to all good teams. What are we talking about? Okay, they lost to Columbia. They lost to Columbia. Columbia is 10-1 right now, first in the Ivy League. They lost to Columbia. You saying, oh, that's not a team. Well, why? How? The transfer portal, the way things go, no team, you can't predict teams like that. Any type of recruit can go anywhere. The team is 10-1. St. Joe's been competitive all year long. All year long. St. Joe's 6-4 too. They've been competitive all year long. What like Merlin? Merlin's just very disappointing. Virginia's very disappointing. We're talking about Virginia. Nova's not a top 10 team like they used to be. What are you talking about? They were 3-0 when they beat Villanova. They're 5-4 now. But this is Virginia. They were 3-0 when they beat Villanova. 5-0. They're 5-4 now. But Villanova's going up as they're going down. Villanova's getting better. Some teams were just better at their top. Look at Merlin. You know, Merlin was 5-1. 5-1 when they beat Nova. 5-1. They're 8-2 now. So what very I don't get that. What very disappointing losses are we talking about? Villanova has not lost to one sorry team. Like, people really don't know basketball. It's like they sit there and they watch it, and then all of a sudden don't even know what they're looking at. That's crazy. That's crazy. Look, I'm about to get out of here, y'all, man. We'll be back on the next Villanova Radio, man. I just want to come talk to y'all, man. Been real big. Been a lot of Villanova stuff going on, a lot of news. Good Villanova football season. Shout out to Coach Ferranti. Shout out to Coach Pagan, Chris Bowden, Ross Pennypacker, Sean Devine, Justin Johnson. A lot of guys. If I'm missing you, man, you know I got love for y'all, man. Great season. And next time when we come back, we're going to talk more Villanova recruiting, more Villanova playing. Let some more games go by. We'll be back. And we out, man. Follow the leader. Always remember, follow the leader.